Throughout history, the world has had many notable streaks. Joe DiMaggio's hit streak, Cal Ripken Jr.'s games played streak, Gretzky, 51 games with a point streak, Will Ferrell, an old school, and The Undertaker at WrestleMania until the Beast Brock Lesnar ended it at 21 at WrestleMania 30. So we're here. We're going to fantasy book how we would have had the streak ended at WrestleMania. Before we do that, make sure you tombstone that like button and choke slam the subscribe button. Alright, so if we're fantasy booking the greatest WrestleMania streak, Undertaker's undefeated streak, winning streak at WrestleMania, who do you have end it and win?
I'm still going to go have it at WrestleMania 30, and I'm just going to change the opponent. And, you know, Brock Lesnar, they make the argument that Brock Lesnar is like the greatest combat sports athlete in history, and he was this legitimate guy with the UFC run. And so it's like if anybody's going to end the streak, it's got to be this guy. Well, I'm going to go with this guy. You can make an argument it's the greatest professional wrestler or sports entertainer in history, and that's John Cena. And recently, Cena's been doing interviews where he's given us like some insight into plans for a heel turn in 2012 for him that were canceled. But I would have him turn heel here. Like, let's have this big epic match where they're hitting tombstones and attitude adjustments on each other until finally there's some shenanigans and maybe Cena low blows him and then hits an attitude adjustment and defeats him. And then the key to it all would be the next night, you know, Roman beats Undertaker, and he had this iconic moment where the crowd's just booing him the next night on Raw. And he's just letting it happen, soaking it all in, and then he just says, it's my yard now. That would have been perfect for John Cena's heel turn. Let him beat The Undertaker, and then the next night do the it's my yard now, and then give us the full heel Cena presentation. And then it also helps you because coming out of WrestleMania 30, you had the mega babyface Daniel Bryan as your champion, and now you have a mega heel John Cena to build to a match between the two of them.
I don't hate Brock ending the streak. When it first happened, I was very angry, and I was like, why the fuck do you let a part-timer end it? But hindsight, I think that what their goal was like, yeah, he's ending the streak, but we're just using that to set Brock's run up to put Roman over. So I understand it, and I'm not so angry about it anymore. To me, I would have had it. There's two guys that jump out to me. WrestleMania 31, Bray Wyatt. I think he would have took the next Undertaker role. Would have been a logical step, especially when he was the cult leader. Bray Wyatt, I think most people would agree that was when he was at his best. If I don't go that, the other one that jumped out to me was at WrestleMania 33 with John Cena. I would have had... Was WrestleMania 33 with Roman?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I would have... Roman, it does nothing for him in that match, beating Undertaker. Shoehorn him in the feud with Goldberg and Brock if you must.
Oh, yeah.
It's just... Cena would have been better for that role, and also... Taker was getting dragged out a little bit.
Yeah, I think Cena would have done better.
The other thing I would have had booking with Undertaker is I understand that, like, you have to put someone over, let the streak end. I wouldn't have had that be his last match as a loss. I would have ultimately always found a way to have his last match be with AJ Styles in the cinematic match, because I think that was so perfect that that's how I would have went out with Undertaker. Like, put someone over, and then the next Mania you have a great cinematic match because AJ can get you a good... AJ probably could have got him a good match in the ring, but the cinematic match was perfect. So it's like you go out on a win, it kind of builds up Undertaker's aura again because he goes out on a win. And then AJ, I just think he's so good that, like, why not give him that match?
I'm going to go the opposite with that. There two things happened in the build up to the feud with, or the match with Triple H at WrestleMania 27. The first was Triple H cut this awesome line where he's like, "I'm gonna be the one" as an 18-1, and then he said that I know when the streak dies, you die, and that's how I would have had it. I would have had John Cena win at WrestleMania 30, and then it just stays at 21-1. So then everyone's like, well, who's the one? And it's John Cena. And then the streak died, so the Undertaker died, and that's like the symbol that he was done. He couldn't keep it up no more at WrestleMania, so he had to walk away.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either, just because it does give more meaning to that one.
Yeah.
And one, I've recently seen that the reason he only lost to Brock and Roman was because that, again, it was like
it just hypes up their feud.
Yeah,
which I'm fine with, but and you could have kept him wrestling, just let him be done at Mania, like he lost one at Mania, so he's never going to wrestle at Mania again. So if you wanted down the road to give him Roman or give him AJ or give him Bray Wyatt, do it at make SummerSlam a big deal, or make he started at Survivor Series, so let him have some big matches at Survivor Series. But you just, if you looked at a record of 21-1, you're going to want to know who the one is, and you should have left it as just a one.
Yeah, especially since Paul Heyman did a year's worth of promos of the one. So it's like, clearly that was catchy. It would have been remembered forever.
And it's something that somebody like John Cena forever would have been the one.
And I also feel like the streak now is more known for who would you have had ended instead of who ended it, because the fact he's lost twice, and then he had some shitty matches like at 32 with Shane. No one wanted that.
Yeah, the match with Roman was rough.
Yeah.
Even the match with Bray, it's not remembered. You know, you get that one image where Bray's doing the crawl and he sits up. That's all anyone remembers from it. No one remembers anything else.
Yeah, and the only thing I was hyped for that match was because I thought Bray was going to win. And then when he didn't win, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point of this then? I was like, all right. In the comments, let us know your views on who you would have had in Undertaker's WrestleMania streak.